Hello everybody, it's Sally. I just wanted to check in. It is Thursday afternoon. 1 week from today exactly, I will be having a quick procedure done to remove this kidney stone and this stent that I've had since last May. So I was just noticing that it's about the time I'll be home next week. But I wanted to say I'm doing well. I have noticed a couple of cravings creeping up to bite me in the butt this week, and that kind of freaked me out. But I think that had to do with being really tired one day, and somehow when you let yourself get too tired, things can sneak up on you. But today I feel normal. I'm not craving anything, and that's good news for me because I have been very fortunate not to be one of those people who've really struggled with desire for food or specific foods or excess of specific foods. So far so good, knock wood. Almost month 9. Next week will be my 9th month anniversary from my surgery. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to say that last week when I weighed, surprised me again, I lost another pound. I am now, I lost 1.2 pounds last week. I am now 145.8. And now that's according to my scale, which I've been weighing on this whole last year. And I think it's pretty close. It's within a couple of pounds of whatever I do when I go to the doctor's office, which, by the way, I went last week. She had to do a pre-op approval for me to go in and have this other procedure. My regular GP wanted to see me and check me off the checklist, do an EKG and all that stuff. And she said I was extremely healthy. All my blood work's great. She can't see that I have any issues. I even have really low blood pressure and really good cholesterol. So I was really happy. And that was it. That made me feel young and zippy. And then the other thing I want to share with you is, I think I might have told you that I have a new goal, that I've been really trying to own this body shape. You know, you go through seasons and you go, oh, I'm skinny, I'm too skinny, people say things about you and you start to get self-conscious. Or parts of your body get thin and the other parts don't get as thin. And so, remember, you can't pick and choose where you're going to lose the weight. You're going to lose the weight, and just learn to love the body you've got. As long as it's healthy, you should be loving it. And so saying that, I have found out that a real goal for me to lose 100% of my excess weight, if I put that in a chart, is 142. Now that still puts me in the healthy range. I'm in the healthy range now, but just like this much in the healthy BMI range. I actually could go to 120 pounds and still be in the healthy BMI range for my height, which I think is just bizarre. And it's not going to happen, but it's so funny when people come up and tell you don't lose any more weight, you're too skinny, and you want to say, you know what? I'm not. I'm just now in the healthy BMI range, and I could lose another 25 pounds and still be in the healthy BMI range. So get off my back, Jack. Anyway, I've come to own my body. I actually like my body. I like that I have broad shoulders, etc., 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 and I'm cool with all of it. It's funny, the other day I realized all my life I had big hair because I always thought I had a little pinhead. I always said, why do you have this tiny little pinhead? And you got this big body. Well, you know what I realized last week? That my body matches my little pinhead. That my body frame goes just fine with my head size. It was just being heavy all those years that made me look like I had a little tiny pinhead. So anyway, I'm owning my head, my body, and the whole schmear. And I'm reading this awesome book that I wanted to show you. Please, please consider getting this book, and I'm going to tell you why. It's Eat It Up by Connie Stapleton, Ph.D. This woman is fabulous, and the whole purpose of this book is to help us to find our happily ever after weight loss surgery, after we've lost our weight, by giving us a roadmap and a way to do the inside work, the head work, the spirit work, the gut work, the whole schmear, so that you can become more and more whole as you work through this book. And it's not a major workbook, but there are some question and answers, and it goes through saying, people were heavy for a reason, and the surgery is swell. The surgery does what it does, but it doesn't promise you a happily ever after, no more than getting a marriage license and getting married promises you a happily ever after. You have to do the work. And even after you do the work doesn't mean it's happily ever after. And she says so many people, such a high percentage of people regain their weight in 2 to 5 years after surgery. And you don't want your surgery to have just been a glorified mechanical diet that you participated in, because she basically says that's all it is. It's just another diet, a forced diet. And that if you don't do the work that will change the part of you that was bent and used food for more than just living in a healthy body, which we all did, or we wouldn't have been fat guys. It wasn't just being sedentary. Sedentary also plays into why we weren't thinner, because you don't burn any calories. But you also made poor choices, food choices. But you also ate for reasons other than nutrition. I mean, we all did. We all still would. But the gut keeps us a little in check, but it's not enough. You really have to do all the other work. And I love this book. She takes a mind, body, spirit approach to her work. And she's going to go over your whole self and help you work through 6 major areas of your life and get them in balance. It's a center of balance. Everything in your life needs a balancing point. And in this book, she has a process for that, so that you can have your happily ever after. I just think it seems like it's a really positive approach. I've bought another book that I haven't read yet from a non-weight loss surgery approach, but also about gentle eating and eating with the proper perspective in mind. I haven't read that one yet. This one came up and it really grabbed my attention. And I've also ordered Kaye Bailey's book. What is it? Day 6 of the 5-day pouch test, or that living the rest of your life kind of thing, and how to keep it in check, which is very similar, I'm sure, in its end result desire as this. So I'm going to be reading those books, working on myself, because daggone it, I don't want to be afraid of maintenance. I'm kind of was at maintenance, but then I kind of chose that goal to kind of keep me going down the road a little bit further, because I'm afraid to stop before my body stops. Because I figure if I throw in the towel too early and my body would have lost another 10 pounds somewhere, and then it starts to creep up, I'm going to be sorry. I didn't work with my body while my body was working for me. Rosemary said, stop worrying about it so much. Believe me, it'll stop. And I figured I've only got a couple of months left. The year's up. So, or 3 months. 3 months. So I might as well go for it. And dang the first person who tells me I'm too bony, too skinny, don't lose any more weight. That's ridiculous. So anyway, that's it, guys. I love you. Have a great week. Just keep everybody keep in mind and think good thoughts and say prayers for Jeremy. He's got that MRSA infection was in his body, which is not a good thing to have, and his body needs to be strong to really keep it at bay and to fight it off and to have it not come back. So still think positive thoughts and say prayers for Jeremy's body to be whole and well, if that is your flavor. So you guys take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.